really like an amazing thing that I think God has given us an opportunity to share to you some of the things that is going on here in Hong Kong. You know, because of the new legislations or law that is passed on to Hong Kong, actually this affect a lot on our OFW, especially now there's so many like Hong Kong people that is leaving Hong Kong, and there's effect from the news that I read. I think it's about like 80,000 people leaving Hong Kong. That means most of these people that are leaving Hong Kong actually they have helpers. That means that could really decrease the numbers of our helpers of our OFW working in Hong Kong. So that affects the jobs. So many are terminated, and many have to go back to Philippines. So and this, we find a lot of people as well that because of also COVID, that our like hiring from Philippines is difficult. So some of our OFW here, you know, they take advantage. Because some employers are offering a higher job, so they terminate themselves, they break their contract. But the problem is many employers complain because they're paying so much for the agency and they got into trouble. So they complain to the immigration. So there's many Filipino OFW here. When they break their contract, the immigration will not give them any visa at all. So this is one thing that we are helping and giving them like encouragement, because many of them are really like feel sad about, you know, they wanted to have good income, but yet they lose their job because they take advantage of the new not actually legislations, but like there's a lot of policy in Hong Kong right now because of COVID, so they can process their contract here. But problem is, when you just break your contract, the tendency of the immigrations will not give you a new visa. So my advice is on this part is like, you know, if you are working, if you're listening to us right now, and if you have a job, do not break your contract. Because if you break your contract, there's a tendency that you're going to find another job or you go back to Philippines. And we've been helping a lot of terminated OFW here. I connected with the agency, and many were denied to have their works. And so what we do as a church, we give them some food, guidance, and pray for them because they need some encouragement. That's one thing that we do. And also really give them an advice that if possible, just stay with your job. If your job is not really, if your employer is not giving you that difficulties, stay and do not break, because do not take advantage of the big salary that the employer is being offered right now. So, and we have been helping a lot. Also now there's our OFW also coming back to Hong Kong. There's just new arrivals that they're in quarantine. One of the things that we also do is send them some help, give them some, we call it like ayuda. We call it ayuda. So we give them free SIM card, face masks, some biscuits, some foods, or some Bibles so that they can read while they are in quarantine for 21 days. Because here in Hong Kong right now, if you come from overseas to work, you will be quarantined for 21 days. And that's a lot. That's lonely. So we give them some online prayer and also Bible study to help them. And what else do we do? And in our church, we have done a lot of people that experiencing like a trauma because of the situations of the Hong Kong now. It's not easy to work. It's not easy. Many employers also giving too much demands, so they cannot concentrate. They face stress, and they face challenges in their life and also in their family. So things that is happening right now in Hong Kong are actually factors is not doing better because of the situations of many people are moving outside from Hong Kong, and not many employers are giving them jobs. And even those people that also like to work, but the immigration is another part, won't give them a job because of the complaint sometimes from the employer that, hey, he terminated his job. So I spend a lot, so they don't. And what else? As a pastor, I have been here for 30 years, and we're serving from up like 200,000 OFW here in Hong Kong. That's including, of course, Hong Kong residents. And one thing that really needed for everyone is to have like a spiritual homes that they can help them, give them some encouragement, and also a community that you can mingle together, and a community that you can express your problems, community that really listen to you. And that's very helpful if you are in Hong Kong. And the challenges of working abroad is really high. And my experiences as OFW for 30 years, it is only my relationship with God that will help me overcome all these challenges. And for me as a pastor, I really encourage everyone to have that community of believers to help you and support you, not only here in Hong Kong, but also back home in the Philippines with your family. And another thing is, we also help many people on this, like people that are terminated. You know, sometimes their employers let them go out in the middle of the night. So one of the things that we do is really go and help them, pick them up, and give them some shelter. Our church, my church, doesn't have a shelter, but we bring them to our friends' agency, help them find a job, and wow, you know, these things is a very basic things that we do, but yet again very meaningful to them and their family. So many things that's going on right now, especially because of the national security law, and affected like the economy of Hong Kong as well. So another reason that why our RW being terminated, because family has no more job to do or no business. So there's another thing. And so this is the main thing. And for our government, I believe, I wish that our government is listening, hope that they can give assistance to those people, like they're terminated, and give them free boarding house, something like that. Or if they go to the consulate and ask some help, like especially if there's some labor cases, hope that they can assist, because this is what we need. And also, as I think, very important thing is like for those already working, the complaints of long hours of work, especially this time, because there's a scarcity of helpers right now. So they tend to work long hours. And also the food allowance, I've mentioned this like a while ago, like, you know, the food allowance that they need to receive from their employer. I think those are things that if our government can help them, give them these things, I think that's really help our RFW. And my prayer is like our government can really implement those laws and force the government of Hong Kong, or help the government of Hong Kong to really let those food allowance, long hours, and also shelters, hope that they can offer to help them. And we as a church, we will continue to provide help, spiritual help to our kababayans when they are in trouble. You can call us if you have problems. You can call us. We can pray for you, give you advice, practical help. That's what we do, helping you in your labor disputes, and many things actually that we do here. And yeah, if you are here in Hong Kong and then you happen to listen to this, call us up, and for sure, we can help you. And may the Lord bless us all as we work to support our family back home. Yeah, I think that's all I can want to say.